So I made the best Warlock build recently, and I got so many comments. Where's Devour? Where's Devour? I need Feed the Void. Devour, Devour, Devour. It's like, golly, guys. Y'all do not need Devour as a handicap, okay? You're missing out on damage with Devour aspect on. You're missing out on damage. Like, the Devour better Hellion. Like, you don't need it. Hellion is better. You don't need it. But apparently, y'all need it. So let me give y'all a build that is an alternative from the best prismatic warlock build to almost as best, but it's great. It's not the best, but you know, it's up there. Okay, it's second. So today's build, as y'all see, we are using an exotic class item with the combo Spirit of Filaments. This is for y'all Devour lovers. Casting your Empowerment Rift gives you Devour. Empowering Rift gives you Devour, okay? And if you defeat enemies while you have Devour on, now you get class ability energy on top of the grenade energy. So now every kill you get, you're getting grenade and class ability energy. Then the second combo you want is Spirit of Verity. Just make it that your grenade do 2 times the damage if you got maxed out stacks, okay? This will power up Hellion in this build, okay? We are keeping Hellion in this build, but I'm gonna give y'all Devour since y'all so thirsty for it, okay? I'm gonna get y'all the Devour, okay? So the stats you want to go for in this build is 200 grenade. You put on font mods to get as close to that as possible. 100 class stat, and then 100 weapon stat. That's all you need, and then pour the rest into your super stat so you can get your Song of Flame as quick as possible, okay? Don't make your super stat super low. Make sure your super stat is at least, like I got, at least 40, so that the font mods can boost it up to 80, okay? At least 40. Now, the weapon we are using is Choir of One. We are using the stabilizing rounds with this so it can fit perfectly with the artifact we're using, and some great synergy going on here. And it's a strong weapon. Like, Choir 1 is a strong special weapon that just easy to keep ammo economy with, okay? Now, and then I got on Synchronic Roulette, very good strand SMG for dealing with barrier champions. You can get Attrition Orb and Chaos Reshape as the God roll. If you don't want to use that, you can get Unending Tempest from Crucible, the exact same roll, Attrition Orb and Chaos Reshape. Very good SMGs for dealing with barrier champions. And then I just got a rocket launch for Unstoppables on. Doesn't matter what rocket launcher, just an unstoppable weapon in your heavy slot, okay? Artifact, 2 shreds. Our Threadling is going to be doing Savage with Weaver's Call. So every time we kill an enemy, we get Wolf and Mail. Defibrillating Blast, when we stun a champion, we get maxed out bolt charges, and then you can use that to jolt enemies and heal yourself. We have on Horror Shuttle, so any Threadlings we make with Weaver's Call, we do Sever, and then also any enemies that's unraveled, when we do damage to them, they'll make Threadlings, and dealing damage to Sever targets unravel them because of 2 shreds. So it's a loop, okay? We have on Malign Harvest. We mostly here for the second part. Well, no, we're here for the full thing this time because we're using Choir 1. Rapidly applying Volatile. We had the stabilizing rounds on in Choir 1 on purpose. Cause your next instance of void weapon damage to create a weakening burst. So Choir 1 gonna be doing weakening on its own, and then they put a period there. Any type of weakening we do, give us a void over shield. So Choir 1 gonna be giving us a void over shield from just shooting with it. And then in our subclass, we got our grenade that can be weakening to give us a void over shield as well. We got flash over on, so whenever we do trigger a bolt charge, it do more damage, but also too, whenever we get max bolt charge, we amplify it. So basically, whenever we stun a champion, we'll be getting amplified. And then we have on Dielectric on, so if any enemy get hit by the bolt charge that we trigger, if we end up not triggering on that champion, even if we kill the champion that's triggered by that bolt charge, right, they'll get jolted, right? When we kill that champion, we'll get a bolt charge. And then we can deal damage with weapon to trigger another bolt charge to get amplified again. So this is kind of a way to get amplified in a little consistent way in this build without having to have Getaway Artist on or Lightning Surge on. And then we have Volatile Marksman. Whenever we do Volatile Detonations, we get class ability energy. We don't care about the first part because we are going to have Volatile rounds on our build. So that means with Devour, with the filaments on in the class item, killing enemies is gonna be giving us class ability energy, and doing volatile spells is gonna be giving us class ability energy. So you're gonna have infinite uptime on your riff, and you're gonna be spamming grenades as well. Song of Flame on, obviously just the best super Warlocks can use, to be honest. Empowering Rift, while we stand inside Powering Rift, we do more weapon damage. I think it's like 20%, I believe. And then we get ability energy regenerating quicker and ammo generation while we inside the Rift. We got Arcane Needle on, so we can spread some darkness in this build because we're gonna be doing a lot of light damage. So this is gonna help us put Unraveling out there immediately to make even more threatenings into the enemies. We deal damage to them, but also too, the melee itself gonna give us a good chunk of darkness energy whenever we throw it at enemies. We have on Vortex Grenade to match the element of Acquire 1, so we get stack severity, so that our Vortex Grenade do double the damage, our Transcendence Grenade gonna be doing double the damage, and our Hellion gonna be doing double the damage. We have on we got on Weaver's Call. While Threatlings do damage, we class ability energy, so that's even more class ability. We're gonna be able to spam our Power Rift non-stop, okay? So you should have infinite uptime on Threatlings and Hellion, okay? And then again, like I said, Hellion on for the extra damage. Fragments, we have on Facet of Hope. While we have Elemental Bust on us, our class ability come back quicker. Again, when I mean infinite risk gonna be happening non-stop in the build, infinite risk gonna be happening. We have on Facet of Courage, just basically just for the plus 10 grenade stat from Beyond you guys. Your Hellion will be doing 10% more damage to the people that are affected by Sever and Unraveling and whatnot. But you know, 10% ain't nothing crazy, right? We have on Facet of Dominance, so this making that our Vortex Grenade do weakening and our Transcendence Grenade do weakening, giving us that Void Overshield from the artifact, and also doing 15% more damage to the enemies, right? We have on Facet of Purpose, so we get Restoration, and pick up Orb Power, so we got Song of Flame on. And then we have on Facet of Dawn, so whenever we use our melee, we get Radiant on for another 20% more damage for our weapons, so Fire 1 can do even more damage in this build. The armor set bonus we have on the Exit is down for another 30% damage resistance build. Because we're going to have Wither Mail in this build, sometimes Amplified. We're going to have on the Void Overshield, and then this going to give us that extra 30% resistance as well. So survivability should be on point because you're going to have Restoration and Devour on as well. So, like, yeah, you shouldn't die. You shouldn't die. Armor mods, we have on 2 super fonts. Again, you want to be able to try to get your Song of Flame back quick. When I was using this build, it was like whenever I use Transcendence, I'll have Song of Flame, and then when I use Song of Flame and get out of it, I'll have Transcendence back again, then I'll pop Transcendence again, and then by the time that Transcendence runs off, because of how the build works, you should have Transcendence again in a few seconds, and you just rinse, wash, and repeat, and then get Song of Flame back, and then yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's an infinite loop, okay? We got on Void Siphon, so that acquire 1 kill, get Orb Power. We got Firepower on, so that whenever we do kill people with Vortex Grenade or the Transcendence Grenade, we do make an Orb Power for ourselves. If you feel like you want to throw on a 3rd grenade font, you can, because you will be making a lot of orbs from Void Siphon require 1 and from using your SMG that got Attrition Orb on it. We got on Resist mods on our chest piece. Better already, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, you do not need better already. I don't know why I got this on. We got Restoration to build. You do not need better already, and we got Devour on. So literally, there's just a free slot. Throw it in Innovation. Okay, we already got class ability coming back super quick. Might as well make it that we pick up orbs. We get grenade energy as well, since we want to spend the grenades to do damage because we got Verity on. So yeah, put on Innovation. Okay, or if you just want to be one of those people that say, hey, I got all that stuff on my melee to come back quicker, then you can put on the one that give you it's Invigoration, they give you your melee back quicker. You can put that one as well, but it's a grenade build if we're gonna be honest. So I put Innovation on. Void Weapon Surge to make Acquire 1 do 11% more damage. We have on Void Scavenger, so we pick Special Break being more ammo for Acquire 1 because we are now rocking 200 weapon stat in this build. Then we have on Reaper, so whenever we pop our Rift and kill somebody, we get an Orb Power, which we're gonna be doing non-stop. Class font on for that plus 20 class stat, get that 50% damage resist whenever we use our class ability. And then we have on Special Finisher to get some more ammo for Fire 1, but also 2 to get the Exodus down armor set working to get that 30% whenever we got 3 armor charges on us. That's the full build, guys. So if you're someone that, hey, I want Devour in my build, here you go. Okay, here you go. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys as always. And until next time, stay up.